Hello everyone, I am Pooja Agarwal from IBM Research. I would like to present our research on localization of operational faults in cloud applications by mining causal dependencies in logs using golden signals. Here is the outline of our presentation. I'll start with introducing the topic, then we'll cover some of the background regarding the faults which we have focused. Next, I'll be describing our approach in detail. Lastly, I'll go through the results and will share some of the directions in which we can extend the current approaches. Nowadays, cloud-based microservice architecture has become a powerful mechanism in helping organizations to scale their operations. So there is a need for round-the-clock monitoring of faults to prevent or limit the number of outages. Pinpointing the source of fault in these applications becomes challenging. Because of the heterogeneity of the infrastructure components, it's difficult to trace the execution path of the request across the stack. There is an overhead of instrumentation, and the clocks across the distributed system are not synchronized. So one cannot know the order in which the messages are actually appeared. And there are complex interdependencies between the applications, the middleware, and the hardware. So in order to localize the fault in such cloud-based applications, we propose a lightweight approach which can reduce the human effort and the dependency on the domain knowledge to localize the observable operational faults. So in cloud-native applications, a large fraction of operational faults are result when there is a violation of SLOs. These SLOs are typically defined on the golden signals. So we focus on those observable faults which have the following characteristics. First, the fault should be executed. The second, that the error state or the fault has infected the system and the fault has propagated all the way to the output state. And golden signals help us in identifying such faults. There are 4 types of golden signals. Latency, it is the time your system takes to serve a request. The rate of error, it tells about the misconfigurations in your infrastructure, your bugs in the application code. Traffic, it's an indicator of the amount of use of your service per unit time. Lastly, saturation, it defines the load on your network or the server resources. Here is the system architecture diagram of the proposed solution. We use the application logs to localize the fault. We focus only on those error messages which indicate an error. So in order to handle the volume of error logs, we cluster them and save it in the templatized form. So whenever there is an alert in the system indicating that something has gone wrong, we fetch the error templates for the same time window as indicated in the alerts. These templates are modeled as time series corresponding to each microservices which has emitted the error messages. Next, we use these time series to infer the causal relationship between the various microservices and generate a causal graph. On top of the causal graph, we run the PageRank algorithm to identify the node which is the potential source of fault. So here are the key steps of our approach. We use error rate golden signal to localize the fault. We focus only on those alerts which occur when a user is observing an error. These log messages are converted into time series and causal relationship among the various services emitting the error message is inferred using these time series. Next, we use this PageRank based centrality matrix to find the most impactful service which is responsible for the fault. And then we try to pinpoint the exact error message within the faulty service. So let's look into the details of each of these steps. First, we model the logs as time series. For that, we count the number of error messages which occur in each time bin. It is sometimes possible that for certain time bins, none of the service is emitting an error message. In that case, we use zero padding for those time bins. So before we cover the details of causal inference, I would like to highlight the difference between correlation and causality. So correlation is statistically measure that describes the size and direction of relationship between two or more variables. So for example, as we climb the mountain, it gets colder. So there is an increase in the height, but there is a decrease in the temperature. So it's a negative correlation. Whereas if we say that we spend more time running on a treadmill, the more calories we burn. So it's a positive correlation. However, causality indicates that one event is a result of an occurrence of another event. So it has a cause and effect relationship. So now moving on to the details of causal inference. So once the time series for each error emitting microservices are generated, we try to infer the causal relationship among these services and also the service which is emitting the golden signal errors. So as we can see in this diagram, the direction in which the request flows is from A to B to C. So it says that A is depend on B and B depends upon C. Whereas the error propagates in the reverse direction. So if the service C emits an error, that error will get propagated from C to B and from B to A. So the direction of causality is reverse of the direction of dependency. So we have used two Granger-based causal techniques to infer the causal relationship. The first one is using the regression, and the second we use conditional independence testing. So the first approach here is the conditional independence. So we have used PC algorithm to check the conditional independence between the two time series. So we start with the complete undirected graph where the nodes correspond to the services emitting the error messages, and the edges between the two nodes is deleted if the time series corresponding to these two nodes are conditionally independent. So once the conditional independency test is run on every pair of nodes, the nodes which are the edges which left indicate that there is a causal relationship. So in the end, the resultant graph which we get is a causal graph. The other technique which we explore is that we start with an empty graph, and between every two nodes which show a Granger causality, we add an edge. So the way the Granger causality test is done, we start by regressing for B in terms of both the past values of A and B, and we determine if it is statistically significantly better than just regressing on the past values of B. So it means that A is happening before B and A helps in predicting the future value of B. So if A does not Granger cause B, then there is no edge between A and B. But if A is causing B, then we have a edge between A to B. So this is how the causal graph is generated. So once we have the causal graph with us, next task is to identify within the causal graph which is the node which is actually responsible for the fault. So as we have mentioned earlier, that we pick up those candidate nodes which are causing the golden signal error. So now in this case, let's say U1 is the golden signal node and U2, U3 and U4, these are the three nodes which are showing a causal relationship with the golden signal node. But now it is possible that the node which has no relation with the golden signal error, meaning that it is not responsible for the failure, is still showing a high causal score. So to avoid such false positive, we enhance the causal graph with two types of edges. First, the backward edges, and second, the self edges. So in case of backward edge, the random walker, once it has reached a node, it can go back to the previous node from which it came. So if the random walker is at the node U2, it can go back to the node U1. And also, if the random walker is at a particular node, instead of randomly jumping to one of its child nodes, the random walker can stay at the same node. And the scores of this self edge and the backward edge are governed through the causal scores, which a node has with the golden signal node. So now let's try to visualize how the golden signals, the causality and the personalized page rank helps us in localizing the faults. So we start with the dependency graph where the nodes represent the various services and the edges indicate the direction in which the request flows. So in the first diagram, the node which is highlighted in yellow color is the node which emits the golden signal errors, meaning it records that whether the service was successfully served or there was a failure. And in the second graph, the nodes which are highlighted in red color indicate that during a fault, these were the nodes which were emitting the error signals. So now we focus on the golden signal node and the nodes which are emitting the error signals. So now among this yellow and these red nodes, we try to infer the causal relationship. So in the third graph, the nodes which are highlighted in blue color, it indicates that they have a causal relationship with the golden signal error. So now these nodes become our candidate nodes. Now among these blue nodes, our next task is to identify the node which was actually responsible for the fault. So for that, as we explained, we use the personalized PageRank algorithm. So now here, the node which is marked in the black color, it has the high centrality score, meaning it is the most impactful node in the current subgraph which we are looking at, and it is responsible for the fault. Now moving on to the evaluation part, we tested our approach with the train ticket application. It's an open source microservice application and it has around 41 different microservices, and it is basically used to book a train ticket from one station to another. So we have used Istio based abort fault scenario to inject fault in multiple of these services. So we have divided our experiment into two groups which we call as G1 and G2. In the G1 group, the topology which we used is a static topology, which is the dependency graph. And whereas in G2, the topology is inferred by computing the causality relationship between the various services. So now in G1 group, we have two approaches. The first, which we call it as G1A, in this case, we use the error signals which are emitted by each of the microservices as a starting point. And then we traverse this topology to the leaf node, and that leaf node is identified as the faulty node. In the second approach, instead of traversing till the leaf node, we run the PageRank algorithm on the subgraph, and the node which has the highest centrality score is identified as the faulty node. Whereas in group 2, we are using the causal graph. So in G2A, the nodes which are showing high causality with the golden signal error are considered as the faulty nodes. Now in G2C, where we are using the personalized PageRank. So instead of marking all the nodes which are showing high causality score with the golden signal error, we pick the one which has the high centrality score. Now there is a third variant which we call as G1B, which is actually a combination of the dependency graph and the causality, where we start with the dependency graph and then we enhance that dependency graph by adding the backward and self edges based on their causality score. So now these are the results for the various approaches on the train ticket application. So as we can see here, the approach which is G2B, that is performing the best, which is using the causal graph with the personalized PageRank. And now within G2B, we have tested with three different causal inference techniques. The first one is the conditional independency based using PC algorithm, and the other two are using the Granger causality based regression. So we observe that with the PC algorithm, we get the highest recall, which is as high as 96%. Whereas if we use the Granger causality based Bayesian linear algorithm, our F1 score is highest, which is 88%. So lastly, there are some of the extensions which we have thought as part of this work. First, we would like to explore with other type of golden signals, especially the latency, to test whether the similar approaches can be used to localize the fault. And other is that explore these causality based techniques to predict the failures even before the errors have started manifesting. Thank you for watching.